What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Blue Blood Sports TV, back at y'all with another one. So, Matchroom CEO and promoter Eddie Hearn reveals that he believes that undefeated two-division world champion, former undisputed lightweight world champion, now reigning WBC junior welterweight world champion, superstar boxer, who is now widely considered top 10, no doubt, pound for pound best fighters in the world, and Devin "The Dream" Haney, who is 31 wins, no losses, no draw, is 15 wins by way of knockout, 25 years of age, 5'9" with a 72-inch arm reach. He believes Devin Haney is going in the direction of two fighters, right? And he don't believe that Devin Haney is going to face off against, in a unification bout, another fighter. We're going to discuss these three fighters. So Eddie Hearn is stating that he believes that Devin Haney is either going to fight his mandatory in Sandor Martin, or he's going to face off against and go up to 147 and face off against the former WBA junior welterweight regular champion, now the WBC welterweight regular champion or interim champion, Mexican star boxer Azteca, Marrio Barrios, who is 28 wins, 2 losses, no draws, 18 wins by way of knockout. One time in his career, he was knocked out. He is 28 years of age, 6 foot tall with a 71-inch arm reach. Marrio Barrios is expected to be elevated to the WBC super champion at welterweight when the current WBC unified welterweight world champion, Terrence Bud Crawford, vacates his titles and move up in weight. So they're expecting Marrio Barrios to be elevated to the champion. Thus, Devin Haney facing off against Marrio Barrios for the vacant WBC title would make him, should he be victorious, a 3-division champion, right? Sandor Martin is a guy who has 42 wins, 3 losses, no draws, 15 wins by way of knockout, 30 years of age. He is 5'8" with a 70-inch arm reach and is a slick southpaw. Sandor Martin has and should have 2 big victories under his belt, but he has only 1. And that is because back in December 2022, he faced off against now 2-division world champion, former unified lightweight world champion, now reigning WBO junior welterweight world champion, superstar boxer Teofimo Lopez. He unofficially dropped Teofimo Lopez twice in the fight. He dropped him once for sure, that was counted. The other one, identical, that wasn't counted. And he should have won a decision over Teofimo Lopez, but he lost a split decision in favor of Teofimo Lopez. If that second knockdown counted, he wins against Teofimo Lopez, right? He also beat and shocked the world back in October 2021 when he defeated former 4-division world champion Mexican superstar boxer, who is going to be a first ballot Hall of Famer, in Mikey Garcia. He beat Mikey Garcia. He won a unanimous decision, majority decision, should have been unanimous decision over Mikey Garcia. Now he has a loss to Anthony Yiggett. That was back in 2017. And he has a loss to Lapelli back in 2013. But Sandor Martin is a crafty southpaw that should have had a victory over Mikey Garcia and Teofimo Lopez under his belt. Nonetheless, he is the mandatory challenger for Devin Haney. Now, the guy that I want to see Devin Haney face off against is the IBF junior welterweight world champion, Puerto Rican star boxer, in Matias, who is 20 wins, 1 loss, no draw, 20 wins by way of knockout, 31 years of age, 5'8" with a 71-inch arm reach. I would much rather see Devin Haney fight in unification bout against Matias And I believe mandatory, I think unification is Trump mandatories. I don't know how the sanction bodies operate anymore. That used to be the old rule. Unification bouts, Trump mandatories. To see Devin Haney in the fight with Subriel Matias, I would much rather see that fight from a fan standpoint. Sandor Martin is his mandatory, but he's not going to get any credit, any real buzz, or any momentum fighting Sandor Martin. Because Sandor Martin has already had defeats. Again, he lost to Teofimo Lopez, although it's not officially. Although unofficially, I think he should have won the fight against Teofimo Lopez. And he has the win over Mikey Garcia, but the better fight would be Subriel Matias, in my opinion. He fights and beats Subriel Matias. The credit and the acknowledgement won't be as high as beating Teofimo Lopez or Tank Davis or any of those level of fighters, but it definitely will be viewed as a much better fight and a much more respectable fight than Sandor Martin. Now, the other option, like Eddie Hearn said, that it's a possibility he goes to 147 and fights against Marrio Barrios. I'm all for that as well. The problem I have with him fighting Marrio Barrios is that you go to 147 and you fight Marrio Barrios at 147, you have just all but essentially X'd out a showdown with a mega showdown in the biggest fight in boxing currently with Gervonta Tank Davis. Because Gervonta Tank Davis for sure is not going up to 147. So if he goes to 147 and fight Marrio Barrios, I don't believe it's possible that he's going to go down to 140. And if he does, he can go down to 140 after fighting Marrio Barrios, making himself a 3-division champion, which can be the play, can be the goal, right? For negotiation purposes. You go up, you fight Marrio Barrios at welterweight, you're a 3-division champion. You can go, back down to 140, and challenge, Gervonta Tank Davis at 140 in a mega fight. But at that point in time, he's already viewed as the bigger fighter, and he's only had one fight above 135 in his entire career. 30 of his 31 fights have been at 135. And right now, it's already being painted as he's way too big for Gervonta Tank Davis. So if he goes up to 147, the Tank Davis fight is done. Because they already are hesitant to fight him at 140. There's no way he's going to fight at no catch weight. Or if he comes back down, it's just a lot that comes labeled with that. A fight against Subriel Matias, a unification bout against Subriel Matias, and then you could put either the Teofimo Lopez fight on notice or Gervonta Tank Davis after Subriel Matias. I like the Marrio Barrios fight if they are planning to do away with the Gervonta Tank Davis fight forever. And I think that would be a mistake, in my opinion, for Devin Haney's career. Because you want Gervonta Tank Davis' name on your resume. And then you can always go to 147 afterwards. I would like to see him fight Subriel Matias, unify the belts. You beat Subriel Matias, you're the WBC IBF champion. You put your momentum in that fight with Gervonta Tank Davis. If you fight and you beat Gervonta Tank Davis, then you exit stage left. Go to welterweight, if that's what you want to do. Or fight Teofimo Lopez at that point in time. You fight and beat Subriel Matias and then beat Gervonta Tank Davis, you're undoubtedly the A side against Teofimo Lopez. You can force that fight, which will be a big fight. Or you go to 147 at that point in time. But I think that should be the route. Settle in at 140, become unify the belts against Subriel Matias, who is claimed to be the boogeyman. Plant your flag, fight Gervonta Tank Davis, and then exit stage left. But these are the two options. So that's my opinion. I think Sandor Martin shouldn't be in the conversation because it just does nothing for Devin Haney outside of just staying busy. It does nothing. He fights and beats Sandor Martin, outboxes him. It does nothing. It just accomplishes nothing, in my opinion, the Sandor Martin fight. So Subriel Matias, for me, is the way to go, in my opinion. You're not going to get the Rolly Ryan fight. That's out the window. But again, Ryan is big enough. T.O. is big enough that eventually you could fight them at 147. Tank Davis, you will grow out that fight. So that's what I think that he should do. But Eddie Hearn is saying that is between Marrio Barrios at 147 or Sandor Martin as the mandatory, since the negotiations fell through with a fight with him and Ryan. He's going to fight Ryan at 140, fight Subriel Matias, pick up that belt, and then look to fight against Gervonta Tank Davis next. So let's see how this all unfolds and plays out. But that's all I got for y'all. Make sure you hit the like button. Drop a comment in the comment section. Let me know what y'all think. Y'all already know what it is. It's your boy Blue Blood Sports TV. Hate, like, comment, and subscribe. You haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the bell icon, and get all the new notifications. Follow me on Instagram at Blue Blood Sports TV, all one word. So all I got for y'all, I'm gone. Peace.